All right, guys, I may be an Ethereum moon boy, but I gotta be honest with you. Ethereum's scalability and its high fees suck. We all know that. The truth is, that's a major problem, and we need a solution to fix it if Ethereum is gonna survive after this bull run. As you recently saw during our 1K to 10K challenge, it can be quite difficult to get around those pesky gas fees. They're making everyone's lives miserable. We've seen a lot of projects try to tackle this problem already, but this one could be the best one yet. You know what time it is. It's moon time. Let's get it. BitSwap is the hottest new way to trade tokens. Crawling all the top decentralized exchanges, BitSwap gets you the very best price and value for your trades. BitSwap is changing the game. Try it now at bitswapdex.io. Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, the #1 channel in all of the interwebs. My name is Ben. Every day I show you how to make money in cryptocurrency. If you like money in crypto, make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you think ETH gas fees suck and we need a solution, make sure to smash that like button for us. In this video, we're going to be checking out a project with a ton of potential, Cartesi. Today, we're going to discuss why this optimistic roll-up solution is different than others out there on the market and why getting involved in on Cartesi could be your chance at riches. I recently just signed on as an advisor for Cartesi, and if you see what's happened with our other projects we're advisors for, Smart Key, YFDI, and Ferrum Network, then you would know that we only pick winners to work with. Cartesi brings with it absolutely revolutionary technology for smart contracts, which optimistic roll-up solutions are very hot right now, with top DeFi projects like Synthetics and others now migrating over to Layer 2. Now, although there are all types of different Layer 2 solutions, most of these projects aren't utilizing optimistic roll-up solutions with a coin you can invest in. No, not fruit roll-ups, you can't eat these. This is a technical term that essentially means batching transactions on a side chain, taking the load off of the main chain. While the testnet for Cartesi's roll-ups, called Descartes rollups, is expected to be coming next quarter with mainnet launching later this year. There are two types of rollups. There are ZK rollups, which are based on validity proofs, and then there are fraud proofs under optimistic rollups. Cartesi, or CTSI, is a Layer 2 chain that began in 2018 as a Binance Launchpad project. Since then, the Cartesi team has been developing a Layer 2 solution for Ethereum's congested network. Over the summer in 2020, things got way worse with yield farming and DeFi degening. You may remember all of those high fees. That seems to be returning now, and things are getting a bit ridiculous, but fear not, there's a superhero coming to save the day. Last year, in 2020, Cartesi released its Cartesi machine, or Cartesi's VM, standing for virtual machine, and a decentralized computational oracle called Descartes. Cartesi team is now dedicated to implementing optimistic rollups with interactive dispute resolution. The scalability solution will not only allow for scalable smart contracts on Ethereum, but developers will also be able to code smart contracts with mainstream software components on top of a Linux virtual machine. For developers, this is huge. For the rest of us, we won't even notice while using software built on top of Cartesi using software stacks instead of Solidity. This unlocks a new, never-before-possible integration for smart contracts. Now developers are able to use mainstream software stacks, toolchains, standard libraries, file systems, and even run their smart contracts on a Linux-based operating system. For the first time, developers will have an entire operating system for smart contracts. But you know me, I'm not a nerd. I don't like to get in depth on how something works like this. I just like it to work. Cartesi is one of the only optimistic rollups projects with a token that's trading, CTSI token. Cartesi is also implementing a sidechain on top of the L2 rollup solution called Noter that will provide low-cost data availability to dApps. This will massively reduce blockchain fees or data availability and provide high-throughput messaging for dApps, another important part of CTSI and Cartesi's scalability stack. Speaking of throughput, when it comes to computational power, Cartesi will allow for more computational steps per second than Ethereum. Crazy. Cartesi machine will also run more intensive computations on massive amounts of data off-chain. In other words, Cartesi will help Ethereum to become a real decentralized computer that can both handle the transaction volume and aid to its overall computing power. Smart contract on Cartesi runs under Linux and is coded with a choice of thousands of open source software components available for Linux. This means developers can work in a familiar environment with no limitations and access to their favorite existing tools. This will open the door to real-world dApps being built on the Cartesi machine. It can't be stressed enough. Cartesi will be critical for the future of blockchain and dApps. dApps that require complex computations in the IoT and AI fields can exist without a solution like Cartesi. But Ethereum isn't the only chain that Cartesi is being built for. Cartesi machine is blockchain agnostic, meaning it will work across several different blockchains and doesn't know if there's a god or not. Cartesi sports partnerships with Matic Network, that's recently rebranded to Polygon, Binance Smart Chain, and there's so much more to come according to the team. Currently, Descartes 1.0, as previously mentioned, the decentralized computational oracle, is ready and being used by third parties. One of these is Creel. Creel Environments is an IoT or Internet of Things commercial building control system where carbon offsets itself in real time to be a carbon neutral building control system. Creel is implementing Cartesi in their IoT devices to verify the current state of buildings to prevent clients from providing false states to the Ethereum smart contracts governing the state and control of the buildings. By integrating Cartesi, this will render their Internet of Things hardware more resilient and fraud-proof. Another project they're working with is Slim Thunder. This is a project that works to make software that simulates auto racing and to make it more fun, with NFTs and a marketplace where racers can use them to assemble their own cars. SimRacer is using Cartesi as a way to ensure verifiable computation of race results and to provide a decentralized marketplace of sim racing NFTs. Another project that is utilizing Cartesi is called Cardi. No, I didn't say Cardi B, inventor of Altcoin. Cardi is an infrastructure project with a goal to bring packaging technology to Cartesi or supply chain infrastructure. The objective is to allow developers to have programmatic access to retrieve Cartesi machines, leading to a better development experience. Now, let's talk about Cartesi's Tokenomics, which is why you're all really here, to hear about how you can make money with it. I know you degens. Cartesi uses a proof-of-stake system and reserve mine. And of course, people who stake can earn rewards. Cartesi offers high rewards with safe and flexible staking. While over 33 million CTSI is locked in staking right now, there's a 16% participation rate of the current circulating supply. There are 76 nodes running to the Cartesi Explorer. Cartesi has a total supply of 1 billion, with less than half of that on the market at the time of this video. Cartesi expects to increase its nodes and locked CTSI significantly as delegation is implemented and more custodial staking partners are onboarded into its ecosystem. Cartesi sidechain node operators can stake Cartesi tokens by buying staking rights. These staking rights keep CTSI locked until the end of a staking cycle, after which it pays the owner the locked principal plus a reward in CTSI. Staking rights are acquired through Dutch auctions, which give the owner the rights to execute rewarding mining tasks till an expiration date, kind of like Algorand. 50% of rewards are given to replenish the mining reserve, and 50% is given to further develop the Cartesi infrastructure until the mine reserve achieves 25% of the total supply. All excessive tokens are burned. By excessive tokens, we mean those being distributed to the mining and for Cartesi's infrastructure that would otherwise make the mining reserve go beyond 25% of the total supply. Node delegation is also coming in the future, which will allow users to delegate their CTSI to nodes, get rewarded for it. So there's several reasons why you should get in early to Cartesi. We'll make sure to dive a little bit deeper into Cartesi's Tokenomics in a future video if that's what you guys want, so make sure to leave a comment if you'd like to see that, and make sure to smash the like button. It doesn't take a CSI investigator to know that CTSI is going to pump. This is a project you haven't even probably heard about, and yet it was a project on the Binance Launchpad, trying to solve one of the biggest problems out there right now, Ethereum scalability. So I believe there are big things in store for this project, and like I said, it's one that we are partnered with. So drop a comment down below if you want to see more about Cartesi on this channel. That's all I got. Be blessed. Good boy out.